I would like a clarification, based on our city manager's comment about not moving forward with this application. It's my understanding that the West High Banks Road went under a traffic study, and in order for development to come to that area, does the road traffic need to be relieved first, or can 60 homes come to that area based on the current traffic study?
Yeah, based on the study that we did for that area, with all the vested projects, any new additional development, including this discussion for this project here, would need to do some mitigation, to do some roadway improvements to add capacity.
Is the roadway improvement specifically to their land or throughout High Banks in general, such as the elementary school or the traffic signal?
Their impacts would be across High Banks in general. So, for example, when you're saying specific to their land, if you're just talking about a turn lane or something on High Banks that would allow traffic to turn into their property, it would be more significant than that.
Thank you for clarifying that. And because there's an application pending, Mr. City Manager McLemore, would it be beneficial to get consensus from the council that we will not be moving forward on any applications until a plan for the road to be improved? That way that developer doesn't assume that
I can answer that question, or we can address it to Matt. Matt, part of the procedure when they do put in the changes is they're going to have to do a traffic survey out there. Am I correct?
A traffic study, yes.
Traffic study. Okay. Now I'll refer you then to Mr. McLemore for a follow-up. Mr. McLemore, legal. I'm sorry.
Glad to. Every property owner is entitled to file an application and to process that application. The requirements, conditions, agreements, things necessary to approve any development would have to be followed. So I don't think it's appropriate to say nothing is going to be processed. But if an applicant, including the owner of this property or an applicant on behalf of this property, moves forward, the city will review and evaluate and deal with that according to the statutory requirements, the code requirements, and what the law requires. But you do not want to be in a position to say we're not going to do anything, just and create some conditions at the dais. We've got a comprehensive plan, we've got code, we've got statutes that will deal with it, and they will be required to follow all of those laws and requirements.
I understand. I think what you're saying, if they want to put $500,000 in towards the infrastructure of the road, then they, maybe can move forward. This is hypothetically speaking, but at this time, there's going to be no movement until, according to what your standards are. So we can rest assured the residents that at this time, the city is not able to move forward on their application due to that condition. Is that correct?
No.
The applications will be, assuming the proper applications filed, if it's completed, that will be processed.
Sure.
And it does not mean that there will be any approvals for the application. What it means is that we have to, by law, and as guaranteed by the Constitution, review and evaluate that according to all the laws and requirements. So it does not mean any approval would happen, but it does mean it would be reviewed and evaluated by the city and other governmental staffs.
I understand. I agree.
Maybe add to this, if you back me up on this. When we do a land development project process, we have to make certain findings relative to that in accordance with the law, in accordance with our regulations. At this point in time, we've not finished with those findings, but at this point in time, we cannot make a positive finding relative to traffic. Is that correct?
That's correct.
So if it came to you, if it was forced to you with a requirement for you to review rezoning, at this point in time, we make a finding against that rezoning because we don't have a traffic solution. That's the way the process would work. Do you agree?
As an example, I think the city manager's given you one. I mean, there are a lot of requirements. A traffic study is just one issue.
I understand. Thank you so much.